Hello, friends of Osho. Aloha, namaste. We are here again. Okay, today we will have some light moments. If you remember, before ending the discourse, Osho used to tell either a couple of jokes or Mullah Nasruddin, one or the other. And in real life also, he was very funny, at the same time strict too, yeah? Okay, it's a master. So I will share with you some light moments with Master. Okay, in Radishpuram, in previous episode, I said 2 o'clock he used to go for drive, and then we used to stand with music and instruments and sing devotional songs and everything. Then he used to go, and further on. Okay, so one time what he did that when people were putting roses on his car and he was slowly driving, giving blessing, suddenly he drove his car so fast and he disappeared in the moment and went too far. Finally, he went that far that some bushes and the mud kind of land was there, all muddy land, and then his tire got stuck there. From there, he called, "Come and help me to bring me another car. My car, the tire is also stuck in the mud and might be punctured." So then we thought, this is no good. You know, we can't let Master just escape. So, for his security, for his safety, before it used to be behind his car, there was always a security, the guards for to protect him. That another car was going. Now what we did was we put one car of the security ahead of his car, then his car in the middle, and then another car in the back as usual. So now he is in the between the two security cars. He cannot be naughty and he cannot escape. So, okay. So one day passed, the second day passed, the third day, what he did was he stopped the car when during the drive-by and called the driver from the car ahead of him, and with ishara, with a gesture, he said, come, pick these roses which were in front of his car, yeah, and give this to the driver in the back. Because I'm not being able to see through those roses. There are too many. So of course this driver goes, she goes with the, and then picks the roses, and then this bunch she goes to give these roses to the security car driver behind. Meanwhile, he overtakes that car, the car which was in the front, now no driver in the car. So he overtakes it, again he runs away. And then he comes back and he says, don't try to control Master, because Master will always be ahead of you. So that kind of many things are happening. One thing I remember, which was quite sensitive, it was, I would say, it is a meeting of Krishna and Sudama. Very heart touching. I said he used to come up to Antelope, Zorba. Then sometime he used to go little more further, that another goes down, that's Shanico. The chief, the Native American Indian, he and his family, they used to come to Zorba and hang out there, buy some stuff there and everything. So One day, when he drove towards Shaniko, one little boy, 4 years old, stood on the road in Namaste, and that kid belonged to the chief. The chief and his wife were having 13 kids, and they were very, very beautiful. So now Osho also blessed him, but then Osho has nothing to give him. So next day we drove, he brought chocolate, and then the boy was next day also standing with a namaste because he learned from us. No? So Osho gave him chocolate. Guess what? The day after, the whole family, 13 kids and the parents, were standing in line. Now, again, he doesn't have all the gift to give them. So he stopped his car and he told the chief, come to Zorba in Antelope and he meet me there. Come alone. But who listens? Okay? So the whole gang, all the family came to Zorba. And Osho came, his car was surrounded by his kids and the chief. And I used to protect Osho's car, and because he was just trying to go too close. But what Osho did? He rolled down his driver's seat window, and then, of course, that chief put his head in the window and started crying. Bhagwan, Bhagwan, I want to come see you, but nobody let me come see you. So Osho said, sure, you can come and see me. How? So Osho said, come from the back door. And the chief wouldn't understand this, but we all understood that what he meant is when he comes, let him come, you know. And then Osho gave him his robe and told him to keep this is a gift for you. And also lot of chocolates and everything. And then also, because they were very poor, so Osho made an arrangement that we give them one trailer house and $10,000 so they can start some business. So this is one more story. Then, if you want to hear, okay, this is a naughty story. Okay, when we arrived to Rajnishpuram, before that, Osho was in New Jersey, in a castle, which was prepared for Osho till the Rajnishpuram, his house gets ready. So Osho loved driving. One evening, he suddenly took off alone, without anybody, no Nirvana, no Shunya, nobody in the car next to him. He drove off and he went really in high speed. And then police car also with the siren went after. Then the traffic light came, now he has to stop. So he stopped. Then the police came out and he said, they don't know who is Bhagwan. Till it was very beginning. It was before our Rajnishpuram was created. So he said, gentlemen, you were driving so fast. You were driving beyond the limit of on the road which was supposed to be. And why are you driving so fast? And Osho said, yeah, I was having a good time. So then the policeman said, we also have to drive so fast because of you to catch you. So Osho said, did you have a good time driving fast? I remember one more thing that when Osho used to come back from his drive from this jungle and everything, there was a deer that used to dance in front of his car, and then he would not let the car pass by. Then Nirvana had to get down, pamper the deer, and then take the deer away. Then Osho could drive a car. Animals have this sensitivity. Okay, I remember one story about my experience with a tree. One day I was having my break. We work in a restaurant, so of course we cannot have lunch break during the lunch hours. So we always have a lunch break after the cleanup happens. So 3:30 I used to have my lunch break. And I used to walk, dancing, singing through the mountains. And one day suddenly I hear my name, Aruna, and I said, here, nobody there. How nobody there? It's all barren land there. Okay, maybe I just heard something. Okay. Then next day the sound was louder. Aruna. This time I was really aware that something is there. So I turned around and I felt there was a tree, and that the tree was calling. So I went back, hugged the tree, then went away to my house. It was a lot of walk, but we enjoyed that walk, mountains and creek and everything. From that day, I used to hug the tree before I go ahead. One day, what happened that when I was hugging the tree, at the same time, Osho was coming back from his drive-by. He's going home. It was the same road. And then he stopped. He rolled down his window, the car window, and then he waved in a blessing. And I mean, people will believe it or not, it doesn't matter, but this happened to me. So when I namaste Osho, the branches of the tree was also going down. And then Osho blessed. From that day, the tree never called. But every day I make sure that I hug the tree. One day we were sitting in our porch, and one of my roommates, she was playing guitar and I made some tea, and she said, Aruna, just because you are an Indian, maybe you can understand this, because I don't know if I tell any Westerner will understood or not. And I said, what is it? He said, there is a tree. I said, is it in front of Jesus' grove? And he said, yes. How do you know? I said, that tree was calling me, and then this so and so happened that I told her. So she said this tree was also calling her, but because she was on the road driving truck, she could not get down to meet the tree. So she said the tree tried a couple of times, but I said then you could not get down. Then the tree needed somebody to listen to his voice. And we call it karma burning. So with master's blessings and tree going down over my head, branches. From that day, the tree was quiet. And I feel that we all have karma. Even whoever is on this planet, they all create their karmic actions. And the tree released his life went into moksha. And so this kind of many things happen with master's presence. There was somebody dying, had a tuberculosis meningitis here in India, and the doctor, biggest doctor, Dr. Sadesai, called that this person will not stay alive more than 4 to 6 hours. So we gave a message to Osho, and Osho said to call the doctor, but from the morning when we trying it, there was a snow and the lines were all damaged. But when Osho said that call the doctor and then he can play Osho's cassette next to the patient. So I called and I said that Dr. Satyajit, and he started having tears in his eyes, and he started to explain how much he tried to do and nothing is working. I said, okay, I heard you, but Master is saying that please, can you do a little bit? But he is in coma. He cannot he cannot even hear it, he cannot even take the message. Doesn't matter. His subconscious will receive the message. And in 1 hour, doctor called back and he said, miracle happened, miracle happened. Just listening to Master's voice. He got up, he is having tea. He will have now uppour, and 5 days he will go home in the ashram, in the commune where we can. Then he wrote a letter to Osho with the tears in his eyes, drops. In the letter he kept the teardrops. That how many years I have been treating you. He used to come to Lao Tzu in Pune to treat Osho's back. And he said, I was only saw you as a patient, not as a Buddha. Now, with your sannyasin, your disciple, from coma, he is dying. He suddenly wake up. And then Osho called him that whenever he is in America, he should come to Raneshpuram. So he and his wife came to Raneshpuram to meet Osho. On that day, we were three standing together, Sardesai, his wife and me, and Osho said to everyone, today Sardesai is coming. Have the best music and all the instruments should be out. And the big bang that like a, Osho is driving by, feels like a Dula is going in his car. Then he stopped his car, rolled down his window, told the Sardesai, and Sardesai is crying and crying and crying. He is repenting. He don't recognize him before. So he said to him, give his hand. So Sardesai gave his hand. He put the diamond watch on Sardesai's hand, wrist, and he said, keep it all the time, this with you, and blessed, went away. So right now I remember this much. When I remember more, I can share with you. Okay? Once again, thank you, mahalo, and namaste.